Next, we have information items, starting with the administrator's report. Chris?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to the January meeting this evening. First, I want to give a public notice for first reading of policies that went to Policy and Curriculum Committee last week. So those are policies 442.447.2, 447.31, 443.2, 453.5, 453.12, 522, 522.1, and then we have a new policy which will be numbered 156 about board member code of conduct because policy 155 has been suspended. And then we have a second policy notice, and these second policies will be coming for action a little bit later in the agenda this evening. 443.6, 446.1, 447, 447.1, 447.3, 446.1, and 447.4. With that, then I also want to recognize a number of committees that have been active since the holiday break. I've had the opportunity to work with a couple of them. Our People Service team is working together to put some structures in place district-wide related to student behavioral expectations, and then we will begin to address some mental health pieces that the district youngsters have been struggling with for the last couple of years and become more prevalent. Secondly, the Morale and Climate Committee had a very successful meeting last week and intends to take some steps in the probably the next month and a half to work with the administrative team on some suggestions. Another suggestion from the Morale and Climate Committee, as far as getting to know one another, we actually have a staff directory that was delivered today of pictures, and so we'll get those directories distributed real soon. Had a chance to meet with some of the subcommittee last week, and they are preparing a presentation for personnel and finance in March regarding summative evaluation and educator effectiveness, and they'll be coming with a recommendation. Safety committee's been meeting frequently all year, so regularly once a month, addressing a number of different topics. And then the salary committee just met tonight, and they will also be coming just to provide the Personnel and Finance Committee an update either in March or in April. Finally, I want to thank Kristen Farmark. She is the district orchestra teacher, and she's been offering little mini concerts out of the buildings, and I had a chance to go to Fox River's concert last Thursday night. Very nice, intimate environment as far as, a 20-minute concert, some parents and family members, and the music department staff members were there in support of her as well as Mrs. Markle and myself. So just a real nice opportunity for the kids and the parents, and I thank Mrs. Freimark for that.
Any questions for Chris?
He's got a couple things. First of all, it's great to hear the orchestra is taking off. Mrs. Freimark's doing a wonderful job on that. I just want to step back to the information item 453.2, food allergy. As I read that over, and I know we discussed that one last time in depth, I think we need to make a change on the bold statement there. It says every effort will be made to avoid common allergies. I think we need to state that effort will be made. And here's my reasoning on that. First of all, I think there's one other paragraph that needs to be put in here. The parents are made aware, the parents make the school aware of the allergy for a student. The school makes the nurse aware of the allergy, but nowhere in here does it say that anybody makes the student aware of the student has to. It says the student must take an active role, but it doesn't state that either the parent, the teacher, or anybody in the school discusses what that means to a student. And so when I look at that, if I had a young student there that's in second, third grade, I mean, yes, maybe you have discussed it with them, but I would think that a parent would discuss it with the school what the student needs, and then the teacher would make it a point to discuss that with the student. So that what is expected of the student, because when it says the student should report suspicions to a staff member, I don't, suspicions is kind of a strange word to use there, but I would like to see some kind of paragraph where they're stating that either the teacher and or somebody in the district will discuss with us each individual student that has a listed allergy, what would be a proper method of verifying their area or reporting something that was strange to them or might be an issue to them. I don't know that the word suspicion, does that sound, I don't want it to sound like it's harsh to the student. Suspicious sounds kind of.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Come back to T and C.
We'll bring it back to.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I'd rather see it, now the other one, sitting on that, where my issue comes into the every effort, I don't think we should find ourselves in there saying every effort was made, because I sure can see if something comes up, the first legal recourse will say, well, your document says every effort was made. What does that mean? Every effort is different to everybody in the world, you know? So I can't see where the school would be building a glass box around one area. That's an effort. And somebody could say they never did that. So I would like to have it say something like effort, but we can, at least that leaves us a little bit of room.
Okay. Did you want me to draft language, or did you want Mr. Jensen to draft some language and suggest it? How do you want to handle that?
Probably between you and Mr. Giltry, you know, but, I mean, I kind of said, I think,
Okay.
you want to discuss it next year or something.
Yeah, but come back to me.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Anything else? Chris? If not, then we can move on to principal reports.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. Just a few things I wanted to highlight tonight. The early learning collaborative did meet on Friday, and the next 4K registration will be March 25th, and the early learning collaborative will meet again on March 27th, so that we can give them information right away about how the additional registration time went. I was not able to be there due to a medical situation with my husband, but Jen Blue led and facilitated that meeting, and it was good discussion, good questions that I reviewed with Jen, and she'll communicate back out to partners. So we want to keep them informed. The next pieces they'll be working on is the curriculum, and we're working on that with some kindergarten teachers. So we'll be able to inform them of that also. Sandy Finnegan, Jennifer Lindner, and Jen Blue are Title I teachers. And so they're working right now, they worked on Friday in the afternoon on parent advisory, so that's a part of the grant that we need to have. And they are preparing for a parent event, so as soon as that's finalized, I'll share that with you. Otherwise, the grade level teams have been meeting, and they've been working on technology with Sarah Shepke, so I appreciate that, as well as having some time to dig in further on the ELA standards for most of the grade levels K through 5. K and 1 had to be rescheduled due to a snow day, and 6th grade met today, and they worked in groups of ELA, math, and science. So, and then in the afternoon, we had social studies 6th through 8th grade, but we also had the opportunity to bring in a 5th grade teacher who was available during the time. So lots and lots of things happening. Next month, I'll update you on the meeting that was held last night regarding the human growth and development advisory meeting that we had last night. So lots of good things happening. Any questions?
Thank you.
Can I add one thing, Kathy? So we're going to come back with human growth and development. I would assume you're going to come back with if there is a modification to existing
Right.
operational standards. So it's not something where we find out after the fact that something was modified.
Right, there were some changes that came out in that area over the summer, so regarding shaken baby syndrome. So that was added in and discussed, but I'll get that to you ahead of time so you can look at those.
Okay,
Very minor changes.
all right, thanks.
I would say overall, the main thing was that according to the guidelines from the state, there are 7 areas that should be taught in the same year, and we were doing them in 2 years, but it was an easy piece to regroup on, so. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Next, we move to technology.
All right, just a couple of things. I just want to let you know, mass testing is going on, as you probably are aware. From technical things, they're going very smoothly. Kids are testing wirelessly at the middle school, and then we have the old lab, just about 10 machines just for overflow. If kids are having problems with machines, they can just kind of hop on over there. We've also added testing on our Chromebooks in a couple of locations, especially at Woodfield, just to alleviate some of the testing schedule overloads. So that has been going very smoothly as well. Kids log on and testing just pops up. So I'm very happy with how that's going. We'll utilize that as well as we move into the year and begin smarter balance testing. So we hope to use those mobile spaces and in a controlled environment and doing the testing on our laptops in the other areas as well. In addition to the formal meetings, at the curriculum meetings that Sarah's meeting, also with K-3 teachers, just continuing conversations with the iPads, with the K-3 teachers, and they're meeting with her during their lunchtime, just seeing how things are going, and just continue to find new things that they can use and leverage the iPads in their instruction. And then finally, Sarah began her class going Google. She's sent out information to the teachers just to see how what is their interest a few months back, and she has about 20 to 25 people in her class. Just started this past weekend and going very well. So that's it. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Thanks.